All right, folks, welcome to a market recap. Today, we did have a shorting opportunity, but the shorting opportunity never followed our trading guideline rules, so I did not proceed to take them. As well as this comes down to having and refining your system, right? Your system should be very highly precise, meaning if you enter the trade, it should have a higher chance than not hitting your goal, right? Hitting your target, going your direction without reversing like this. Right? In this case, this one did not follow trading guideline rules because of the wrong model one. This one did have the right model one, but the time it got tapped wasn't right. So it inevitably failed again. So this is basically comes down to having a system and improving the system. When I first had my system of trading order blocks, having a lower time frame order block confirmation, having lower time frame CISD confirmation, trading total soups, I would trade it on a very lower probability where I would enter on the body of the model one, and I sooner or later keep on finding out that it does not work well. I've compared that with over 100 of a body versus a wick, right? Giving us a full wick confirmation versus a body confirmation. I found that okay, the body isn't that well. So since it isn't that well and it's very low probability, I'm going to avoid it because my goal is over to take one trade, two trade, three trades a month, right? Or four trades a month. That's maximum, right? The reason I'm doing this is because I have way more larger cap allocation now, right? So live allocations, not one of the prop firms allocation. I will get to prop firms, but later in the future. I don't got time for that right now. That's why you guys don't see me go to live streaming because I literally right when that's not me when I wake up around like 4 a.m. During that time, I have to be somewhere else, which I have to be a different business fucking class, which I gotta talk about some business over there, which is some fucking logical business shit that anybody always knows, but I still gotta attend it just to do to because of the fucking I pay for that shit, so I do need to use it and use. So as well as we do, as well as the total soup, right? You can't just enter random ass total soup trades. You gotta wait for the very highly precise, right? For me, if I'm gonna enter a total soup, I'm only gonna enter it on the very deep OT, meaning this is right over here. The 0.86 mark, the deep OTE. So that's where I'm looking to enter my total soup trades most of the time. But I'm not looking to enter that trade on the lower time frame. I'm looking to enter the trade on the 4 hour time frame only. Right? No hourly, but 4 hour, because 4 hour is a main time frame for market profiling, and it's the main time frame for day traders, right? They should be very focused on. So that's the only time I use, total soup. But other than that, I would go to lower time frame, look for the confirmation, then eventually to another total soup. Otherwise, I would not. So you can see I've refined my strategy. You should always refine it, right? You should never have a spot where you're fucking constantly not refining your strategy, right? Because from the cradle to the grave, always seek knowledge, right? So you should always refine and sharp your system. This may mean like, well, how are you supposed to stay consistent with a specific system? Are you supposed to stay consistent and be actually profitable? That is through still following your system, right? When you refine your system, you overall in a long period of time, you see, okay, this may be a better option. This may give me a little higher win rate and RR. Because you can have a high win rate and you can have a high RR. It's definitely doable, right? That's a pinnacle of trading. And that's what Larry Williams have. That's what Larry Williams have I think pretty sure 11,000% return or 1,000% return on the Robbins Cup, right? High win rate and high RR. So this is what you need to do, right? So when you refine your strategy, but although your strategy is good, you need to still refine it just to get that better trade, better entry, right? Etc. To get that RR. Because let's say not every strategy has a 100% win rate. So the next trade you take, you may go on a loss. But since you have a high RR and high win rate, that little negative 1 hour loss ain't gonna do nothing, right? Because you just had a better entry, more R net entry, which led it to giving you more RR, right? So that little loss doesn't mean nothing, right? Because then generally supposed to enter here, they constantly funding strategy, constantly see the resistance block getting tapped, so you enter the resistance block, etc., etc. So that's the overall lesson of the whole day, to be honest. So the next lesson is to be disciplined, right? He is who more disciplined wins, right? So you have to be disciplined, right? On DXY and GU, we had nothing much happening on the daily time frame, but going over to high time frame, we had a classic expansion profile to the downside. On the high of the week, we as well had a daily IRL back to ERL, which is ERL that I had SMT with, and any pair, as well as we had a, what else we had here? I think that should be done, right? That should be it. We had a close below because lower prices. So in a higher time frame as well, we have a weekly seated downside, a weekly ERL to IRL. But that's what I don't really care about. I care about more of the short-term draw liquidity because I'm a day trader. So going down to lower time frame, I'm pretty sure that's all we had. This is all we needed, right? This is all we need as well. We had dealing range here as well. Support low, support high, stable low, stable high, as well on the premium region. So you want to go down to the discount of the higher time frame. So now go down to lower time frame on the 4-hour chart. For the market constant narrative, we had a bearish order flow, reached above a high, we broke below the low, reached over the high, break below the low, reached over the high, break below the lows. As well had a 4-hour big CRT. This is our 4-hour big CRT, as well as we had another CRT we had a smaller range. We used a smaller range just as execution. The smaller range was used as an execution. So the smaller range matters more than the bigger range. The bigger range is a target. The smaller range is what gonna get us to the target. So other than that, what we had a daily range here. Took the high, stable low, stable low, premium discount. We tapped premium daily range low. So now we're good to sell on discount. As well, we had a OTE. 0.50% of the OTE got met. So we are good to sell off. And we had a New York continuation with a 4-hour CRT, and as well as a New York OTE, which you failed because the lower time frame, once you master the higher time frame, the lower time frame matters more than the higher time frame. And that only comes through actually mastering the higher time frame, because the lower time frame, it could be patternized, right? The pattern is very simple, right? This pattern, the reason how I avoided this loss, 1 loss, 2 loss, the reason I avoided this loss is I first mastered the higher time frame. Lower time frame is very easy to master, by the way. Very fucking easy because it just patterns, right? All you look for is pattern. Model 1, boom, pattern, right? And which we're looking for is what? You're looking for is what? Your entry, right? And you're looking for the right type of model 1, the etc. to actually master it, right? In this case, if you don't have that, it would have been a fucking loss. So this is the market recap. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and join us down below. And I'll see you guys later. Overall, the lower time frame I had an execution. The execution battle was not there, but the higher time frame has more than the lower time frame. Keep that in mind. The lower time frame is very easy to master because the lower time frame, there's a model 1 over here, right? There's a model 1 here, model 1 everywhere, right? So you guys need to master the higher time frame, then go to lower time frame. Lower time frame, since there's more candles that print, you want to be more selective, and that should tickle a brain to some of you guys.